Hey everyone, it is time for the Daily Color. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are returning. This is Tracy with Color Me This. We are working on this teapot using the Black Widow colored pencils, all 180 of them, though not necessarily all of them on this page. But I do have all 180 to choose from. So we are going to continue right along. We were working on the grays. We have 3 grays for the utilitarian look that I am going to give the metal parts of this teapot, and then I am going to add glass effects for this teapot, this whole center area being made of glass. So starting with our 3 grays, light, medium, and dark, we have gunmetal MN092, medium gray MN072, and cobblestone DG153. Going with the darkest color, because the last thing I was working on as we finished up yesterday was the bottom here. So I'm finding these wax pencils are a nice harder tip, but they do wear down, but they don't break. I don't think I've broke a single one when I've gone to heavy burnishing pressure. So I like that about them. Just to keep this pretty simple, this whole handle is going to be gray, and this top is going to be glass. These go down pretty easily. They have a nice, quiet way of working, which I really enjoy. And I was looking at these beads and I thought, okay, so this handle could be with the stitching, could be leather, and these could be beads. And I thought, you know, I just don't want to overcomplicate it. We're just going to let everything be gray. So I hope everybody has had a good week so far. I am feeling much recovered from my cold. Hub is unfortunately right now in the thick of it. I am sure he thought he was going to escape without getting sick. And then at the last minute, he ended up getting it. This is the middle gray. It's called medium gray. I switched on you and I didn't say anything. The lightest gray is gunmetal. All right, there is the simplified top. I could go back in here with DG153 cobblestone, and I can actually go back and see if I have any darker grays that I want to add, but I think this might be good enough. I'm going to move on now to the butterfly. We've got the butterfly as well as these little leaves. I do hear hub stirring, so I may pause. I think that was the lightest green, and so I am going to switch to Cicada BW13 because I think that Lime Fruit SC29 is a little bit lighter than I had in mind. The darker green is Irish Green SC45, and that is what I put down first. So I'm going to pause for a moment and I will be right back. I am back. Hub is outside now. He's going to go sit out in the chair. It is a lovely, typical warm day here in Florida. Sunny as it is most of the time, although whenever I seem to film at around dinner time, it's thunder and lightning, and today it is not. It is a beautiful early evening. All right, so that was a cicada. And the Irish green was the darker, and I'm going to go back in here and darken it up a bit more. Okay, that is the start of the greens. Let's grab the pinks. So this butterfly is going to be pink and blue. I am keeping to the same colors throughout this whole image. A limited color palette. I've grabbed all of the pinks. So I'm going to start with our lightest pink. The one I did not grab, the sixth one, is a lavender. We'll see if I'm going to grab it in a minute. So right now we're going to start with the pretty pink SL014. And so that's going to be out here. This is one darker. It is Nail Polish DG135, and I'm gonna sharpen it because this butterfly is quite small. Next color is going to be Ruby Rose. There we go, that's nice. I'll try something now. Off to the side I had the lavender, which is Pastel Purple SC02. I think that is a little on the boring side, but I'm okay with that because I'm going to add a bit of deep purple SC53. Okay, that's what we have for the moment. Putting this giant pile of pinks down. Except I'm going to grab one of the middle pinks because there's these little balls and I think that they would love to be pink. Like so. Moving on to the blues. Evidently I grabbed 3 blues in this green, so I'm going to put that one back. And there's the blue. Starting with the lightest blue, Pleasant Blue, DG149. It will be the outer tips. Going with Blue Horizon now, SC17. Followed by Blue Moon, MN42. And I want to sharpen that. I can tell I'm in a quiet, contemplative mood today. I never know what I will end up feeling like, quiet or talkative. All right, that little flourish area is finished. Now, we're going to replicate. I might have to, I'm going to stop for a moment because I want to redo my angle for working on these two top teacups. And I'll be back in just a moment. All right, I am situated and I'm zoomed in. I have a pile of pinks to purple, 6 of them in total in my hand from light to dark. Same ones that we've used thus far, and I am going to start with the lightest color. I will be using all 6 of these, but I will be varying the colors somewhat for variety's sake. So I'm finally getting all caught up from traveling and then being a little sick, and now I am back to working on my various projects for coloring. The main one that I've worked on today is, so that was the lightest, and the lavender. The lavender, which is the one on the left, is called Pastel Purple SC02. The lightest pink on the middle flower is Pretty Pink SL014. I'm going one darker now to nail polish, DG135. So I'm working on finishing my swatches. I did a inventory of my pencil sets, and I have 3 sets that were never swatched. One of them I did not swatch because of the complicated numbering system, and so I wanted to type it out, and that's the Erogetin. And so that is done, and I'm going to create a quick video on how I use the pre-numbered labels to go onto my swatches. I already have those up for Marie's and Black Widow, so I will be doing the same with the Erogetin, and then I'm going to type up, I noticed Starjoy Gold I never did, and the whole reason for that is because it has a complicated numbering system that's a combination of letters and numbers, so I will commit to making that a downloadable, and I also will have insert sheets for the standard size case that I have for the zippered single slot case style. So that's something I'm working on, making progress. So see, that one's definitely on the pinker side. Now there's a purple. This is deep purple. I want to see. Nice. So that's a good variation. That's what I'm after. Because if I can force myself to stay focused, I can get all of my swatching done. The third set I have to swatch is the new Barrel Prismacolor used set that I bought to keep my green and red Barrel Prismacolor pencils I've had since college, to keep them company, and then it gives me another fun set to play with. All right, so now for these flowers here that are somewhat daisy-like. We are going to make them also pink. have this color, which is a ruby rose. And we're going to make the tips dark for something a little different. That needs to be sharpened. We're moving into very small space territory. So in addition to being a little sick, my parents have a contract on their house that happened Tuesday, late Tuesday. It all came together. So I'm helping them with some moving logistics of when they trying to get everything scheduled for them coming here. And our pods will all be, we did like a multi-family pod for us and them. So that has been very exciting. Lots of logistics to work through. Just when I think I am caught up in life, new stuff happens. And I've been expecting my husband's house, my family's house to sell. That was inevitable. It was just a matter of when. We were thinking initially when we made our flights that they might already have an offer so we could help more. And that did not happen. But as it was, we were really busy. All right, now I am done with the pinks, all 6 of them. And I gotta rescue that pencil before it falls. There we go. Let's move on to greens. I believe what I want to do here is we have the hint of grass right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, the second lightest color. Like so. We have some very tiny leaves. Moving on, that was, what color was that? Cicada, BW13. The lighter green is this one, Lime Fruit, and it's very limey. So I'm not sure I'm going to do too much with it. But that's about what it looks like. Going darker, Irish Green, which is kind of a middling green, SC45. I am probably going to go darker. I want the contrast. So this is the lightest tip color on these leaves on the bottom. And then we are going to go darker. Going into turquoise. I need to sharpen that. I'm sliding down. Okay. I like that contrast. That's very nice. Backing off to second lightest color again. All right, I like that. And I'm even leaving that very light. because I want that contrast there between the leaves and the grass. Okay. I am now going to work on the sky. I'm thinking at this point where I'm at that the last image, which is a teacup with a seascape, but I'm going to use all the same colors. I might save that for tomorrow because I want to finish this background, and I need the bottom or the base. That'll be grays, and then the background is blue. I am going to start with the navy blue, which is really a purple. It's a very dark purpley blue. I'm going with some heavier pressure. I will be coloring all the way out. See how purple that is? That is quite purple. But Blue Moon will come in and will give it a blue, more blue hue. This is the Blue Moon MN42. Oh, Hub is coming. I hear him. He's back. So, I will pause a second and make sure he gets settled before we continue on. All right, we're going to give this a try. Hub is settled in his corner, but he is coughing, so we're going to see how it goes. I, in the meantime, did grab 2 darker grays to pull out later. And I am in the middle of using Blue Moon. As my darkest blue to offset a little bit of the purple of the navy blue, which is actually, like I said, very purple. So these teacups are glass. We'll just see. I'm still trying to do the glow behind the flowers. It is not a technique I have tried. We will see how that ends up. I feel like my sky down on the teapot is at about 90%. I'd like to do more work on it, smooth it out a bit. So thus the reason why I don't really want to rush. All right, so let's bring in, I've got one more middle blue. That is Blue Horizon SC17. And it's actually quite vivid. It is a very vivid blue. Let's see how that works. right, now let's grab the lightest blue here. Pleasant blue, DG149. And I'm going ahead with heavier pressure. Those little dots I'm probably going to go ahead and have be yellow star, even though there's no actual stars in the either of the teacups, because the other teacup is underwater. I see I need to blend a little bit on this side. I have to soften the dark. I could even erase a little bit as a and erased a little bit up here. Gonna go back. So as I was saying, I had erased a little bit on this corner because it got too close to the flower, so I couldn't get it to blend nice. This side is looking pretty good on the left. I'm going to make these little dots all be yellow. I need to add green at the bottom, and I forgot about that. And then the base is going to be shades of gray, and I have brought out an even darker gray. So if I grab the greens, I want to do the darker greens. I'm going to grab this dark green, the turquoise. I might even go one darker than this, but I will start with this color. All right, so I have medium gray, and then I do have a new gray that is darker called well, there's flat black, and then coal is the other one. And I don't use the coal in my hand. I do not think so. And that's the darkest green. So I mentioned I might go darker. This is the darkest, and it is Wizard, DG140. There we go. Coal. Here is coal, right there. MN110. And I need to sharpen it. I am holding so many pencils in my hand right now. Too many. I think I'm holding 10 pencils. Medium cobblestone is a medium light. So we're gonna blend that out a bit. Like that. And then there's one darker, the medium gray. So I'm gonna go ahead and soften the very bottom. And I will make the other bottom match this side. Now I see that I want to clean up a bit of the blue. Trying to get rid of the mountain of pencils. I do have coal. So I am going to go down because I did not ever finish the butterfly body. All right, working on the butterfly body with coal as the shadow. And this is now moving to the lighter, it is a cobblestone. And then I want to put some coal down below here on the handle. I need my values to go darker on the gray. All right, I'll clean that up a little bit. Maybe a little erasing to do. Back to the cup. I need to add the centers of the flowers, and I also, so they're going to be yellow. And then I also want to smooth out the colors of each one. This is the pretty pink, which is the lightest pink. And then I need to grab the lavender. Alrighty. So that is what we finished today, was the handle. We finished the flourish and one teacup. We will come back and do the final teacup tomorrow. And then we have to do our white for all of the glass elements and the highlights. So thank you so much for joining me today. Do all of the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and consider subscribing. And we will do this all again tomorrow. And I will also be doing a weekly review tomorrow because tomorrow is Sunday. I hope to see you there.